Welcome back to Artie Lange. No, not Artie Lange. The Artie Lange Show. That's a mouthful. Never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone lost a bet.
Yeah.
But I'm here with Darrell Hammond, who is at Caroline's this weekend. When exactly are you there?
I'm Friday and Saturday night. I'm going to tell the funny stories from the book, and including the Nut House. The only thing I'm going to really add is the Nut House story.
I have a couple of good Nut House stories.
I do too, especially since they involve people asking me to do Clinton, and then there was Nut House karaoke night, and they're kind of. I think they're funny. I want to tell Nut House karaoke.
Well, there's one guy that when I first went into the Nut House.
How many people can say that?
It was terrible. It was terrible. And they would have to get a stool sample from my roommate, like once every 4 hours or something, because he had taken PCP or something. And he would throw it. He would throw the stuff. And they don't tell him.
Wait, you sit in the same room with him?
Yeah. So an orderly actually, this sentence came out of an orderly's mouth at 4 a.m., woke me up and said, Mr. Lange, have you seen Mr. Arlen's feces?
Only thing I can say is when Miss Russia was in the room next to mine, and she would throw
Miss Russia?
Of 10 years ago, not the current Miss Russia.
I was gonna say, you get Anna Kournikova, I get the guy throwing his feet.
No, well, she was beautiful.
Was she?
Oh my God,
a hot, crazy chick. That's
crazy.
All,
and she'd be throwing up every night. And one night I was trying to relate to this Russian person, and because she didn't speak very much English, it's very nice. And I was like, I was kind of into bulimia once.
Well, there's a way to open up a chat.
She says to me, if you're going to be into, what does she say? Into bulimia, make sure you're being a puker, not a crapper. Right.
You didn't tell me she was funny, too.
Words to live by.
Would you do the open mic night at the...
Yeah.
They had karaoke. I played Scrabble in the Nut House. I got a great story about that.
Oh, God. Well, our karaoke, Nut House karaoke, I don't know how, the last hospital I was in had 14 wards. Wow. And for separate mental disorders, all right? And I was in the trauma / drunk ward.
Which is a good one to be in, because it's still you're not really crazy. It's just from booze and whatever drove you crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of a lie, but they like to tell it. It's not true,
right.
But anyway, there was, every imaginable mental disorder award for it. So they have this Nut House karaoke night, and you go out there, and each ward has its own table, and literally people are going from table to table going, hi, Bob, schizophrenic. Really, Jake, borderline, and you're introducing
That's right, the schizophrenic can do a duet.
That's right. And then they start playing the karaoke thing, and all the patients, the Nut House patients of schizophrenia and borderline and multiple personality and bulimia and they're all on the floor dancing and singing until the Michael Jackson video came on.
Which one?
Who he had just recently died.
Right.
Of a propofol.
Right, the man put an operating room in his bedroom.
when the Michael Jackson, people started going,
it freaked them out.
Oh, freaking out.
Yeah.
And you could hear, and this stream of nurses in white uniforms. Okay. That's it. Fake it till you make it. Let's go.
I know the bumper stickers are the worst when they try to. That's gonna make you feel better. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, it's not raining. It's just a different day. Fake it till you make it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I love that blaring alarm over Billie Jean. That must have been nice to hear.
Yeah, right. Billie Jean. Yeah.
Quincy Jones didn't depend on that. No, the Nut House is, because I was in LA County Jail for a week too, and I preferred jail because people in jail aren't crazy. They're very logical thinking. I needed money, so I stole a car. In the Nut House, they're like, okay, I want to tear your face off because it's Sunday.
Well, the last, I know. Believe me, I'm so sorry to tell you how well I know.
Have you seen Mr. Arlen's feces?
A puker, not a crapper.
What was the crack story?
Oh,
yeah.
Come on, man. Stop bogarting the crack story.
Well, part of what I talk about in this show now, when I tell all my Clinton stories, they're all true stories. They're not like jokes or anything.
Yeah, sure.
even the colonoscopy story and the girl that I just told you about, the co-ed. But I mean,
Oh,
one
is that
night,
kind of crack?
no. One night I was in Washington Square Park, and I was one of those Jaeger nights, you know?
It's already a great story.
Yeah. Yeah, I was one
Is
of those.
David Lee Roth in this?
No, he might have been. He could have been. He could have shown up
He
at any
got
time.
busted for buying weed.
Well, this enormous man came up to me while I was there and said, "I would like to." He said, "Would you like to hit the pipe?"
that was you?
No, which I did not. No, yeah, that was me.
Enormous man.
No, and I didn't exactly know what that meant, but it sounded good. It
Right.
sounded. I was like, I don't know. He's like, smoke crack. I'm like, yeah, I would, because I don't know. I never had, and I was on Jaeger, and that's what you do on Jaeger.
Why not? You experiment.
Well, guys like me do. I think normal people
Well,
just.
I must say, I got to stop you there. I think most college kids who try Jaeger don't immediately go to crack.
No, they don't. I
That's
don't.
not what you do.
No, most people drink Jaeger and get weepy and have a nice meal.
Right. Jaeger's not the gateway to crack.
No, that's what it wasn't Jaeger. I love Jaeger.
Yeah.
And it's,
See, I never smoked coke. I did it so much up my nose. I almost lost my nose, but I never smoked it. Thank God.
did you smoke crack?
No, never got into that.
All right, take your best orgasm, prolong it 8 hours, and then intensify it by 10. It's like
So
that.
you're trying to get me not to do it? What's going on?
I was wondering if you knew how to do it. I always wanted to do it, and the guy said he would buy the crack if I would pay for it, but he also said he would protect me.
Right.
What he meant by that was when we got to Harlem, or we'll forget about the neighborhood or where we were, but in the drug world.
Well, I've been to Harlem, yeah.
Drug zone. We were in a drug zone. I don't look kind of like an undercover cop. I look exactly. This is what they dress. They wear this coat
You're central casting.
and this hat. So we're in this crack house, like a real crack house, real crack addicts, and the owner of the house, who's like sponsoring the event, you know what I mean, like
Right.
renting his house out.
Right.
He wasn't even high at all.
I mean, that's a nice guy.
Yeah,
He's an entertainer.
Well, you could tip him, and he was like reading the paper and eating a muffin. He was elegantly dressed. He was a nicely dressed man, and I noted that there was a nicely dressed man in the crack house. I don't know, it seemed out of place to me. Yeah. And the guy
He
said,
had a stylist.
he walks over to my friend. He goes, Seymour, I don't mean no disrespect, nothing like that, but you wrong about that dude. That dude is police. And Seymour's like, he police. He on TV. I seen his ass last night. Like that. From across the room, between puffs off a crack pipe, a topless woman went, "That's Clinton." I said, even in the river Styx, even where people are losing their souls, the guy's popular.
Right. That is honestly, having some fame. I've had similar stories where you think a dealer doesn't recognize you.
Yeah.
But then you realize dealers do nothing but watch TV. They have nothing but time on their hands, so they know you. And it is the way they'll tell you sometimes is freaky. But that's happened to me where they thought I was another guy.
Oh.
Like, remember Horatio Sands?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
There's like 15 crack coke dealers in Spanish Harlem to think Horatio Sands bought coke. The Artie Lange Show.
Really bad.
Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. The great Darrell Hammond is here. He'll be at Caroline's this weekend.
And before he does Al Sharpton.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly is here. Is that you just go by Kelly? You want to just go like that?
Yeah,
Okay,
Kelly,
like
yeah.
Kelly Ripa. And she's going to talk some more sports.
Kelly
Do
Olin.
you have a question
Kelly
for him?
Olin is a damn
Kelly
good name.
Olin. That's
That's
Kelly
a cool
Olin.
name.
That's a damn good
Yeah.
name.
Rolls off the
All
tongue.
right, here we go.
Thanks.
What's the question you have for?
Okay, might be a stupid question. When I play, well, I only played baseball, but you're in the NFL. You're 0-6, or you're going a losing streak, and there's you have all these problems, and you try to fix it. Does there come a time when your team is struggling, sucking, even, you know what I mean, where you start looking across the locker room and like it's his fault, it's their fault? Whose fault? I mean,
I think there's finger pointing. When you get to that point, it's over. I've never been a part of a team that happened on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it happens. It's human nature, especially if.
Name some guys.
No, think about like if your defense is really solid, like on the Baltimore Ravens team.
Let's get serious here.
The Baltimore Ravens team that won the Super Bowl in 2001. Their defense was incredible. Their offense couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So if the team like that goes on a losing streak where they just don't score points,
Yes.
that defense is going to be looking across the locker room because you have automatic factions on a team. The defense stays together all the time, and the offense stays together all the time. You meet only with the defense, you meet only with the offense, then you split up further and you meet just with your position group. So if the other side of the ball's not doing their job, and you're going out there and you're busting your ass and getting the hell beat out of you, bleeding all over one another.
So does Eli ever look across the room and go, you guys?
What if, how about this now?
I have no doubt there's some of that going on.
What if someone in the NFL got mad at a guy across the room and yelled at him, but he happened to be Al Sharpton? How would that sound?
Let's ask Kelly O'Lynn. Don't you like saying that name?
If she does a great Al Sharpton, I'm trying to marry her right now.
You want me to do Al Sharpton? Is that my cue?
If you want to.
Oh, all right.
Can you stick around another segment, by the way?
Yes, I can.
Oh, good. Okay, so we can wait on Al Sharpton. Let's get more serious. I don't want this to turn into a joke.
Hey, you have a documentary being filmed about your life?
Yes, by D.A. Pennebaker.
And I was at the
he's Oscar winner.
I was at the Cellar one night, and I might be in that too. Remember?
Yeah.
You got me at the Cellar.
Well, why don't you come Saturday night when I tell the stories at Caroline's and be in that?
Because I have a wonderful, glamorous gig in Stamford, Connecticut.
Oh.
I'll be doing all your early material at the theater. No, I got to work. I'm on the road. You going to the Cellar? Oh, you going to Caroline Saturday?
I do the Cellar all the time on the weekends.
It's still a great.
I'm just doing Caroline's because I can do an hour and 10 minutes.
Right.
And there's a project I can't talk about.
Okay, no, you
that would like for me to do this.
You still can't talk
2
about it. It's
years.
Unbelievable.
But it's not just one project; it's two.
I like going to the Comedy Cellar these days because it's great to get bumped by someone on girl or guy code.
Oh, you don't get bumped.
No, I guess those days are over. Those days are over for both of us. Thank God.
Yeah.
All right, they can stay another segment. This is fantastic. This is like Elaine May and Mike Nichols.
Don't you think Kelly O'Lynn is a better name than?
That's a great name.
Kelly.
Thank you.
Solid.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Artie Lange Show, back with Darrell Hammond and Kelly O'Lynn. Half of the night, we're up to the devil's business.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.